If this is the support duo, it's not sufficient enough to actually go for the sniper. Even with the Blink Tiny avalanching in, trying to toss the sniper, not necessarily going to be an easy task. Now the Silencer makes things even harder to get there, so XERXIA is definitely going to need more Blink initiators, or at least heroes that will enable them to go through, say, Centaurs, the classic, everybody getting max movement speed, closing the gaps, but they don't have a hero that just stands there and bullies the sniper and allows the rest of the team to act. So either you go super, super tanky, or you find your way to the sniper.
And also with the Silencer, the magic damage SF doesn't work too well. I thought for a second you go for a PA and you play a magic damage SF. The minus armor will be quite nice with you. You have good supports to go with the SF, but the Silencer really is a problem for that. PA would still be a good hero against pretty much everyone on the side of Purple Paradox. But the thing is, do you have heroes to create space for her? And how well is she going to fit in her own lineup? I still think it would be quite decent. The other option is go for something like a Clockwork. You know, put the Tiny in the mid lane, SF carry, go for a Clockwork. But that's where the Silencer again comes in. Clockwork jumps in and you immediately pop the Global Silence, like any jumping in hero. So I guess you go for something like a Mars, and you don't have to necessarily pick up a Blink Dagger immediately. You can get a BKB, then the Sniper isn't really a nuisance for you, and with the Bulwark you're protecting kind of the entirety of the team. You don't really have to jump him immediately.
Yeah, Mars is also handy against the sniper because of the arena blocking all those projectiles. Can't get any Maelstrom procs either if it doesn't land a target, so they just get, chinked off of the Colosseum walls. And laning stage-wise, even if a sniper would go somewhere else, a Mars versus sniper lane is actually pretty favorable for the Mars. You can still farm easily. Doesn't take too much harass from a Silencer sniper if you have Tiny as your duo, but I would maybe now see if XERXIA wants to hold on to like a support last pick, for example, where they put like maybe Mars mid, Shadow Fiend into, or even an offlane pick. If they put Mars mid, Shadow Fiend to the safe lane, and you can see they banned the Hoodwink and the Rubik. They're like, there's definitely a support slot open. They want to see this Tiny might actually be a core on the side of XERXIA, because the laning matchup is probably still going for Purple Paradox if it goes like this.
Pango, Silencer, and the Sniper, all three of them can get bursted down by the Tiny. The only thing that goes your way is that during nighttime, Sniper has better vision, so it's not going to be easy for the Tiny to jump him. But if XERXIA asserts dominance, they're going to be quite good at getting these kills, and someone is going to have to show at some point. Pango, Sniper, Silencer, either one of them just goes down to the Tiny. So I'd actually be quite okay with the mid lane Tiny, safe lane SF, put the Mars in the off lane and get a position 4. And I really like the bans from Purple Paradox, but there's still some of the supports that can work out. Dark Willow comes to mind as the one.
See whoever they're gonna put against to battle with the Silencer in the lane. We're gonna get the Primal Beast to ban in the end. And that's another gap closer, and I like the Dawn Sniper together. Some of the good things I've seen in TI was basically where the Sniper would get jumped on by the Blink Initiator hero. Dawn counters it with her ulti, pumps up a bit of healing. Sniper likes that extra bit of sustain that you get, and it allows you allows the Sniper maybe a bit of freedom, because one, they have to choose, do they get stunned by the Dawnbreaker when she arrives and get snuked on? Or two, do they dodge it, allowing Sniper to get a few hits in, but then enabling them to reinitiate? So you gotta have someone who also joins you in the fray. Slark could just be that hero who also does that, so you have two heroes, not just one, on top of your primary target. So with this Slark pick, the matchup in the lane is pretty good for him, in a sense of if you don't get shut down early on, and you're looking at a farming Doom, for example, a farming Dawnbreaker against you, you could still come out with shining colors with the Slark.
With the heroes that they're picking up, it looks like a support Doom.
It does look. It is a support Doom most likely, so it should be
Sniper mid carry Dawnbreaker. It looks to me that way.
Only 10 seconds.
It's the most obvious one. I think you don't lane the melee hero. Valky is the offlaner, so you're not gonna lane a Dawnbreaker against the SF. That's a lost lane.
Valky should be their mid player, because Same is a 3. So that's an offlane Dawnbreaker with the Doom. So Doom Dawnbreaker, that's still good for the Slark. And that's
Yep.
what I was expecting the lane to be as well. Like, they have trading capability, for sure. And Doom is usually super good against Slark if you have the Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, true. So yeah, Valky is the mid laner. Okay, so Pango versus DSF. That's actually a pretty decent one for DSF. Even though you have 2 spells to secure the creeps, you're still up against a melee hero. So I thought they were gonna lane it a little bit differently on Purple Paradox. I even thought for a second they might lane a 5 Dawnbreaker with the sniper. But the sniper silencer lane is something that you can punish. Sure, it's 2 range heroes. But yeah, early point in the bulwark. It might not be level 1 Panda that we talked about, but I think level 2 Mars is going to be getting the bulwark.
Big question for me here is, since I haven't seen this Purple Paradox carry player before, who is actually titled under the name Yay, there's also Agi on Wikipedia. So I have to say, I honestly don't know which one to go with here.
Yay seems like more fun, you know. Yay!
Yay!
Yay,
We'll go with
he's
that
playing
for now.
sniper. Yeah.
Pretty sure, you know, when always learning players and their names, you end up learning the wrong version, and then somebody just gives you hate for it. But that's something you just gotta learn through the rough.
Just
Even
one
you gotta-
thing, never listen to Twitch chat. They are gonna
no.
make you say something wrong.
Oh yes, you always listen to Twitch chat because the input that they have is sometimes so valuable that it can actually influence your decision making.
Yeah, of course. But you don't say the words they tell you to say. That's the wrong approach, especially in Southeast Asia when there are languages you don't understand, and then you're gonna be saying something wrong on stream. It did happen to me, and yes, I have PTSD, and hopefully it's not gonna be happening anytime in the future. So I'm shielding you here, Panda.
I know. Out of curiosity, though, Twitch chat, if you're there, especially all of you lurkers out there who usually just watch the game or listen to the commentary or put the stream on mute and just hang around, do make yourselves known. We got a lot of positive people out there, so we do this from time to time. We want to make sure that we have a good community spirit going on. Not always the best or not always good, but we at least thrive and attempt to do so. So if you're out there, do write a heart in chat for the person commenting above you and spread the love, spread the good feel, because this is the last series of the day as well. I do want to say from tomorrow onwards for a couple days, there's going to be Ares, there's going to be 343 taking over the casting booth. Me and Harry are going to take a couple days break, grab ourselves a tiny breather in between, watch some of the good Dota. It's always nice to be on the fan seat from time to time. But we will be returning, I think, later on in the week. I think we're coming back during the weekend, if I remember correct. But, yeah.
On the 27th, I think we're back.
Somewhere around there.
So they do send the Doom to the bottom lane. I like this. Two melee heroes with not that much damage against the Slark would be really bad. And Silencer does solid amounts of damage, and the Dawnbreaker too. So the Slark isn't gonna be able to go that far in front. Also, one thing we didn't mention here, Panda, it's one team from the Philippines, one from Mongolia. So it's basically national teams here. I'm guessing there's gonna be a lot of cheering in the chat as well. Panda has to be sneezing right now.
No. I'm just pondering and thinking and looking. I'm not zoning out. I'm just kind of thinking, what's the lane that we have the most kill potential in?
I'm gonna say the top lane. Disregarding the mid, where maybe the Pango can mess up and the triple raise can kill him. But top lane is most definitely that one. It's gonna be constant pokes on the Slark with them trying to finish him off, and if they don't manage to do it, if they, let's say, go for the Lich, Slark gets a few acid shift stacks, he can slaughter them as well.
Well, Rapido would love to give some poke back to Yay. That bonk and the spear combo that they have, but this Tiny is struggling to get close, especially once you have those headshot procs kicking in. It's like, try to get close to this hero. And it gets even harder once you get your headshot pushback talent later on with the sniper. If you have a lot of attack speed, all these heroes trying to get close are just going to get bonked backwards.
Usually snipers try to be on the aggressive on level 3 when you get 2 points in shrapnel, but he's going for a 0-1-1 build here on the sniper. Oh, he might actually get tossed back.
There it is. Even though it is a first blood going for XERXIA, it is yay going down first. And Karma says boo. So
Yeah, he probably wanted the kill for himself though, given that it is his teammates that got it. So really no reason to boo at that one, but still.
yeah, and on a completely different lane.
So I guess with the Doom, you know that you don't have any kill potential, so that's why he didn't go for points in shrapnel. He just went for the harass. He wants to keep them low so that they can't do this to him, but they did. So the sniper is gonna be needing early boots in this lane so that doesn't happen.
Actually, a bit of a curious thing here. I'm thinking, has Moody found himself a Finnish sponsor? Because the sponsor name written right next to his name, if you change the J into an I, you have the Finnish word napapiiri, which means the Arctic Circle. Meanwhile, Pango getting pummeled. Ken misses one of the raises. It's actually the short-range raise that he misses. The toss comes after. Shield crash, 40% damage reduction. Valky's out.
It cost him the kill. If he just waited for the toss back, it would have been a kill 100%, but Ken got out of himself, and in the end, it ends up being him not getting that one. Still, that's going to be a lot of damage into Valky, who I am surprised that went for that one, because he saw the tiny rotating with the ward on the bottom lane.
Yeah. Took a bit of time there. A costly kill being missed out on. Oh. Seems like they finally cleared it out, so Ken just went for it and took it. Valky down.
It's even better now. He doesn't have a TP, it's even better.
Yep, and he got a solo kill, so no XP to share with anybody else. It's all for himself.
Calculated. It was all calculated. Ken knew what he was doing. As we said yesterday, he had a beautiful performance on the Ember. I don't know why we doubted him. There's no way he's gonna miss a raise if it isn't something that he already knows is gonna give him more in the future.
Exactly. There's definitely no doubts in the air ever, not in the minds of any person. But it is. I mean, I think this is kind of like a broken record, but we just keep repeating the fact that you got to keep an open mind and can't really say too much about any player or any team because we're still at the very start. And some of these teams, some of these players, I would say a big portion of them will be in some way be involved with the upcoming DPC season, either qualifiers or directly already in it. Rapido in trouble. There's a fearless Doom and a yay sniper diving under the tower for a kill. Doom with 7 armor though, and a lot of HP regen. Does get feared. Just take these cancelled. Yeah. Make sure that they get this one done all the way through. Karma left alone in the top lane. He did take a couple of hits because of it, but it is still a kill for both teams.
Now Ye needs to push out that lane because he knows with the Mars coming in and his Doom not having a TP, he cannot stay in the lane. It is just impossible. So he has to use the shrapnel and get himself out of this one because he's gonna be hunted.
Rapido chasing onto Ye. He's got the spear available and he misses it.
Okay.
There was a momentary lapse of packet loss that struck as it did not even land on the target. Yaya has been stacking the jungle, and Moody has information about it. This ward will be taken away, but he is pinging to his teammates that we need to get in here. Ken rolls in to assist on the kill of the sniper.
That was such a huge mistake. That was just such a huge mistake. I don't see how he lives. That's with a missed spear to start things off, and still with the toss back he dies. Even if the SF doesn't rotate, Ye is still dead. I don't know how he thought that was gonna work out.
Karma in trouble top lane. This is big if they can kill the Slark. He pounces away from the tree line. Same Ace still in the chase. Has Starbreaker. 1, 2 hits. And he thought he's dead already. Throws the hammer in, secures it out. That was the raindrops that actually took the brunt of the damage, but still keeps alive. And now Rapido getting blocked in the bottom lane. Sniper with a couple hits. The shrapnel's there. The tower, fearless from a million miles away, slices down the Mars. Looked like it was a Scorched Earth tick that might have actually taken the kill.
Yep, that's what got it. The scorched earth damage was the thing that took him over the edge there. Still, yeah, the top lane, same A. He didn't kill the Slark immediately, but he burned through another infused raindrops. And Karma, I don't even know if he can lane here once those are out. And really a good job from the Radiant side to just burn through those quite quickly. And
they're literally waiting for Dark Pack to go off. And as soon as it does, they just cast every single spell they have. And Yaya will be able to cancel the Starbreaker, but takes a lot of damage as Valky makes a rotation with the Pango to secure a kill. And that also pushes the Pango up to 3rd place in net worth. So a very much needed kill. Maybe looking for more. Avalanche is there. Ken with a long-range raise. Doesn't roll out the rest of the cast animation, so still keeps his ulti intact. And again, onto Rapido. They do a lot of damage for sure, but I want to go all the way under the tower.
This time he's okay, especially with the arena being there. If you overdive it, you're gonna be in so much trouble. They're gonna wait for Fearless Lord to burn his mana, and then maybe you can go for these kills. But still, Slark actually had a really good start to the game. Him and SF were neck and neck at like minutes 5-6, topping the network chart, and now he hasn't gotten anything for quite a long time. So he's gonna be needing some help in the jungle here to get up to level 6. Okay, they even let him have the mid lane. Nice call from Ken there to allow that to his buddy, because you can't really go into the woods with the Slark until you're level 6.
Yeah, indeed. Like where the Slark has been losing, the SF has been gaining, and he's now to 4,600. But they can't lose Ken here. He does get a beautiful Requiem on the Stonebreaker as she was about to land a stun of the Starbreaker connection. And SF with the kill and TP's away.
I'm literally gonna be saying there, yo, I have no idea how I had trouble there, because I just 1 versus 2 them and still got the kill. Nicely done by the SF there. Was very close. If the Starbreaker had connected, it would be a dead SF, but Ken calculates it perfectly. He gets the ulti off, and the rest is history. So very nicely done for them. They give a lane to the Slark. He can now start farming the jungle, and of course they get a big kill on top.
Making the scoreline as well, 4-5 in the first 10 minutes. Valky's finished off an OOC. Working towards a Diffusal Blade. There's a dive in the top lane, though. We've seen this. This is very risky. This is super risky to actually attempt to go under the tower, because you're already so deep in. The TPs have time to finish. Ken will find a kill on Seimei. Now, we've talked about these a lot with you, that you cross a certain line, that's basically the point of no return.
Yeah, if you're not getting kills, that's where the turn is going to be happening.
We'll get a response kill from Jing. Does come from Valky's rotation. Now battling against Ken. Ken can't stand his ground, though. He's way too strong. Oh, look at that. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you want some as well?
Yeah, the Dawnbreaker now rotating in, and now they're finally going to be able to clear out this Shadow Fiend. Big nuisance. Moody post-mortem kill.
Yep. Still no Glaives of Wisdom, so he's not going to be not going to be stealing anything. But still, SF, he got a little bit too deep there. Even though he's ultra powerful and he felt it there, there is still a point at which you are too deep and you are going to be ran down. And he didn't even try to run because he knew it was over. He just tried to stand his ground even through the Solar Guardian. But of course, it just wasn't good enough. And that's a big one, because Valky was somewhat struggling compared to the SF. Now with that kill, at least in terms of levels, he's on par.
And also catching up in terms of economy, not too far away. He's gone past the sniper. Slark is also bouncing back into this game, but Mars is having a dreadful start. So Rapido not enjoying his life right now. They're going to doom the Tiny. Fearless and Moody support gank onto the Tiny here. Rapido could just drop the arena here because they have Lich here too. Looking for the deny. We'll get it. And the turnaround's coming here. Taunt comes out. Spear is ready. Global Silence being popped first though. Can't kill the Doom.
They just wanted to save their Doom, but that was a Doom thrown away. Also, one thing I always emphasize is Arcane Curse. No matter the silence on the enemies, it does the double damage. So Doom plus the Arcane Curse is actually a really strong combo at any point in the game. You can see how fast the Tiny was dying there, but in the end, the Mars was in a good place for a deny. So overall, a nice win for XERXIA.
Smoke up from Jaya and Jing. Heading towards the top lane. They could catch the Dawnbreaker off guard. Same A level 8, 1400 HP that you need to burst through. At least they have level 3s on the Tiny.
Nice scan.
Yeah. This is a good escape for Same if you can get out fully. Already down by a quarter, down a half. So finally will be finished off as well. Doom just walks into the avalanche, so gets slowed up by a bit. Valky will want to participate in this. Jing to go down. Slark almost dies as well, so Karma in trouble. They're gonna need more buddies here.
That's a bad
more
jump.
buddies as well. He's already mispositioned himself with this pounce, and he's just gonna get blown up by Valky. Beautiful Pango play, but also comes through the mistake of the Slark.
Action not over. On the bottom lane, Ye dies. But that was just a weird jump from the Slark into the trees. He knew that there were more heroes there. He saw the silencer coming in. So I really don't know what he was doing. But at least, you know, if you see your Slark dying, at least you're going to be taking down the Sniper. The problem is Sniper is going to be hitting his timing. He's going to have his strength at some point. Slark, this hero, he can't die over and over again.
Now with his top tower falling, that will also shrink the map a bit. They've already placed down an observer ward here into this top half jungle. Should be seeing whatever movements are going on there, and they're only now finishing off the bot tier 1 as well on the side of XERXIA. Slark is slowly losing map control here, and he don't like playing Slark from behind. They're going to use the Dawn ulti as Rapido taken down by Valky. This Pango is... I mean, Valky's playing kind of well here.
Yeah, damage output is insane. You get a very early Diffusal Blade. It all happened with that SF kill on top. And now he has the levels and the gold necessary to go for plays like this. I'm looking at the heroes of XERXIA, and all of them get absolutely annihilated by him, even the SF.
Yeah, SF's already low, and here comes the Rolling Thunder. Diffusal slow applied as well. And he's just dying to the dot. But still no Glaives of Wisdom, so still no stacks taken away. Nevertheless, a kill on the SF is important. 5 heroes in mid.
Veil and Moody, the damage output is insane currently for Purple Paradox. They use the Veil, and their spells are going to be doing so much damage. The Arcane Curse, Last Word, all the silences that you have, and of course the Pango with his spells, it's just going to be crushing enemies. So XERXIA, I don't think they have enough to survive through that. They really have to be careful with the positioning.
Have to say, you're bringing up the Veil. That's a refreshing change as well, because you don't get to see this item too often.
Yeah, I think the only time that I do see it is if there's a silencer in the game. I don't remember when's the last time I saw this item and there was no silencer. It's just people like to go for this item on the hero, and in this game it just makes so much sense.
Also about item choices, same as Desolator on the Dawnbreaker, almost ready. 700 gold short, gonna have a good timing for it. That could almost be worthy of a smoke gank timer, but they're gonna go smoking right now. They're not gonna wait. 800 gold for the blink on Pango.
Blink on the Doom.
Not gonna wait. I'm gonna walk into Slark. Perfect target. He does get the Dark backed off on time, and he's already down to so low HP. Stun is there as well from Fearless. They finally caught the Slark. Can they finish off the kill? 150 HP. Dodges with the Dark Pack, but the Swashbuckle too much to deal with. Here comes the Global Silence as well, as the Oval Avalanche is there. The Doom on the Mars. I won't be able to do much, and here comes Seimei Versely with that ulti right on top of him, and they're cleaning XERXIA out. They're gonna take the bottom tier 1 tower along the side as well. And that is just annihilation.
Such a good call coming out from Purple Paradox not to use the Doom, because they knew if there's a turnaround, they are always going to be able to win it with the Global Silence, with the Dawnbreaker ulti. They're going to be the stronger ones, even if there is a response. So they allow the Slark to get his ulti off, not using the Doom, but then they just turn everything around and crush the opponents. This is the thing, XERXIA, while there is a Dawnbreaker ulti or the Dawnbreaker alive, there is no way that you're winning a fight, especially with the items that you have right now. But There is no more Dawnbreaker ulti, there is no more global silence, so you can't go for a smoke.
Yeah, time to fight back. Invis rune as well for Ken. It's just going to be sitting in mid while the rest of the boys are smoking up. The lanes are in a position where if XERXIA is not going to show up on the map in the next 10 seconds, this smoke gank will be smelled out or sniffed out. Seimei finished that Desolator. Maybe showing up in mid, and it's going to be a bit of a bait with Ken.
Good position from Seimei.
Very good position indeed. Rapido goes in for the long blink in, gets the spear, and Valky is also inside the Chain Frost on 2 with the Requiem. Now they just want to get into this fight, but they have to get out. They're going to lose more with that. It's not just 2 kills for them, it's also 2 for Purple Paradox.
Ideal jump
Still
for
no place.
XERXIA, but not in an ideal place. That is the thing. You were too deep. At that point, you are not getting out. You have no BKBs. You have no way to run out. You have committed wholeheartedly. Sure, you got 2 kills, but something bad is gonna happen as well. Still, they felt pressured like they needed to go for it, and this is how it ended.
Fun fact as well, Moody is 6-1-6, and he's still got no glaives. Would have been a perfect game for a Silencer support to actually have 24 stacks of intelligence at this point, but he's got 0. So with that, he'll just play the support life.
He feels like he's already so smart that taking anything from the enemies would just make him dumber. So Moody, you know, the ego is working in his or against him there. Anyways, though, XERXIA right now, what you have to do is you have this blink on the Mars. You have to be giving the Mars or the Tiny, which are going to be your initiators. Jinx gets his blink as well. So you need to jump in and force out those global silences, those solar guardians and stuff like that, so that you create space and open up potential for kills. Because if you're just staying on the defensive, you're going to get gone on and you're going to be losing fights and objectives. So just give away your heroes and force out some TPs. If you get out, it's great. If not, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
5,000 lead for Purple Paradox. If they can hold on to it, despite the Shadow Fiend still topping net worth. But all the cores, and even talking about supports, like, of course, this Doom increases a bit. You could say the Doom adds in like an extra 2,000 into that net worth, so it's about 4K in terms of the cores.
But the thing is that the Doom is becoming a core because he's ahead of the Mars, and arguably he's stronger than him. So it's it is actually a big problem. Rupido is just a blink stun at that point. The fight is over for him. He just dies.
Not much else that he can give. They've got information. They're sitting in the mid lane. Fearless in the front. He's still smoked up. There's a Jaja in the river next to the illusion rune. He could just grab him. He'll go for it. There might be more heroes showing up, so they use a Rolling Thunder just in case. There's only a Lich. He was standing in a position where you're thinking he's probably baiting. There's most likely there are going to be more heroes, but then you see the Rolling Thunder and the blink in from the Doom. Like, just take it. Just have our Lich.
This is the reason why I wanted XERXIA to be on the aggressive with these blink daggers, to try and force something out on the enemy sides of the map, because you're just gonna lose a hero and then a big objective. Right now it's gonna be the biggest one that Purple Paradox can take, and it's the Roche. I don't think XERXIA get there in time.
Where you could say that Roshan is standing in neutral ground somewhere between the middle. If you don't have the map control for yourselves, it does feel like it is just for one team to grab and the other to watch as it falls. Valky gets a bit of poke onto the Shadow Fiend. Makes his presence known. Sniper, we haven't really looked at Yay for a while, but he's D-Lance Maelstrom working on a Hurricane Pike.
BKB is actually going to be finished now. He thought about it, and
the
in the end,
BKB,
he decided to go for the BKB. It does make sense, because against the SF, you have to have it. Even if you could think, okay, I can get away with it, you're not going to be able to attack. Even from as far away as the sniper attacks, the SF ulti will clip you, and that's going to be a couple of seconds that you're not attacking because you get sent back.
Right now, they're just playing the map, finishing off their next big items. The Aghanim's for the Slark. Arcane Blink is lined up for the Shadow Fiend. They understand the importance of this Requiem.
Okay, XERXIA now has good vision in a good spot on the map. Still, I would want them to try to force out TPs to the bottom lane. If they're not, they're just gonna be slowly losing the top tier 2, and you're not doing anything. Even if it costs you a hero, it's gonna be more space created than if you're just doing nothing. What I wouldn't want them to do, though, is full-on commit on Seimei, because there is no way in hell that you're killing him without massive casualties.
Yeah. You can see there's a line being drawn by the Tiny from the bottom lane all the way to Roshan. That this is our perimeter. We want to keep this area under our control if possible. If they cross it, we fight it. If they come with 5 on top of a push attempt, we try to back out. Doom has BKB, so Fearless should have some free time. Jing of the trees will get scouted out. Nice blink dodge. Comes the Rolling Thunder. There, the arena plays down as well. Dawnbreaker coming in with the ulti too, landing on top of Rapido. All finished off the Lich. Spear on the Dawnbreaker. Keep her away. Rapido about to drop as well. Karma deciding to initiate. Has his ulti. There's a Doom onto the SF. SF won't be able to do much, but they will clean out 1 kill. Avalanche doing some work, but Valky too strong. Moody with a double kill. Now he has Glaives of Wisdom as well. They're going to keep this SF bullied and might be dropping any second now as Jing and Ken have both fallen. Making it 3, making it 4 as they snipe him out in the trees. The buffed up Arcane Curse ends up being the downfall of this Mars.
I thought XERXIA, the second that they saw the enemies there with the Lich, that they were all gonna bail. But they decided to poke a little bit to try to force some things out from the enemies. Obviously, it ended up badly because the difference in strength is just way too big right now. But that just makes it so easy for Purple Paradox to play. Ideally, I thought they would just go for the top tier 2 and then force the enemies back into the base. But they can do whatever they want. They can move however they want around the map with this kind of a lead and this kind of strength on their side. XERXIA don't really have a chance to win a fight.
Mid tower did end up taking 1,700 damage from Ye. Sniper just solo poking it. XERXIA had their heroes dead. Bottom lane was pushed in. Top lane is also at the tier 2 tower. Valky could provide some poke here. Actually blinked in, but they're not gonna punish him for it. They're smoking up from their triangle, trying to engage a fight next to their outpost.
Not good. There's gonna be a Global Silence and a Solar Guardian as well.
They saw this. The scan took place. Yay. Still in the front, though. Moody, there's a lot of money on this Silencer, which Karma would love to take. Global Silence being landed out as well. Still, the Silencer living. Valky control. Karma down. And where's the rest of your team? They're just standing on the sidelines. They're watching on the high ground with binoculars. How you doing there? Oh, he's not doing too good. Oh, he's dead. Let's get out of here, boys. And now Tiny goes in. He will find Moody. That's the big streak down. So that's a good one-to-one trade-off. But without your Slark, you don't really have a defensive capability for this tower anymore.
Man, the Silencer was worth more than your Slark and the Tiny, and a lot more at that. So it's actually a big deal, and you're not gonna be defending this tier 2. There's no way. A still has the Aegis just for long enough for this tower to fall and for them to get out safely.
Dire's top tower is destroyed.
14,000 lead, 25 minutes in. XERXIA, they're in for a bit of a rude awakening by this Mongolian team.
They want to fight. They have
Paradox.
good vision of the sniper.
Aegis has expired. I see him running away, but they're too far. Too much of a distance. Or a gap to close in. Others are TPing in mid. Dude, nicely played. That's an easy snipe.
Right now, for Purple Paradox is just increasing the lead. I understand what the Slark wants to do. He needs to be the one jumping in first, using the Dark Pact, and then getting himself out after the Global Silence or the Solar Guardian has been used, and that's where his team can connect. They understand that once they use their Blink on the Mars or the Tiny, that they're just dead. Slark is the only one that has the chance of getting in and out. It's a risky way to approach fights, but at this current state of the game, is the only one you have.
Yaya placing some vision on the high ground. They want to jump on him. Repeater there as well. Sniper down to 500. Ken gonna be there to finish him off with the Requiem. It has been a while since we've seen some success come out from XERXIA. And through this kind of plays, it will be happened. But They did use two ultis for it. They need more beautiful three-man avalanche coming out as well. Seimei gonna be tossed in, and she will be providing the damage. Thank you for bringing me closer. Aoki diving in on Tiny. Tiny's gonna be dropping to Karma. Has respawned, taking the fight. Look how squishy this Slark is. Unbelievable. Seimei, Dawnbreaker. Making another one. SF to fall as well. It's disastrous for XERXIA. But holy damn, Purple Paradox. Are they happy with that?
Man, they're definitely all. First of all, that was a good timing for XERXIA to find the sniper because it was a second before the global silence came off cooldown. If he did use it there, the SF doesn't get his ulti off, and suddenly the sniper uses the BKB, lives, and gets out. But he didn't have it, the sniper dies. Still, they tried to go for more, but remember in the last game when I mentioned the Miranas hate when you stop their leap? Mid usage? Well, it kind of happened to the Slark there. He jumped in with 1 pounce. He tried to jump out with another one, and the Dawnbreaker, Starbreaker stopped him. So that has to feel really bad because he would have lived otherwise.
How does XERXIA still get this game back together? Using ults for pickoffs and retreating on split push?
It's still the same approach they have to take. I don't think that it's gonna be easy. I don't even know if they have a chance any longer, but the way that you force your enemies into mistakes is that you're gonna be using the Slark as bait. You use the Slark, you're probably not gonna have better vision in this game, so you use your Slark as bait. He jumps in, he jumps out. He forces some spells, and then once the spells are forced, then you rely on the SF, on the Mars, and the Tiny to jump in and to blow someone up. So Karma, a lot of it is gonna be on his shoulders. It is not an easy game to execute it, especially when you die like from 1 Starbreaker, but it's just something you have to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of curious about as well, because this Slark, he can force out Rolling Thunders, a couple Dawnbreaker abilities. The downside is those also go straight through his ulti, and even if he gets that shard, which provides that invisibility field, you're still going to get hit by Starbreaker, you're still going to get hit by Rolling Thunder, and even the Silencer doesn't even need a target either for Arcane Curse.
The approach to the fight, though, could be you jump the sniper, the Slark starts using the Dark Pact, Global Silence comes out, you use your Shard ulti to shield your teammates through the Silencer ulti, and then you turn the fight around. That could be a approach as well, though I'm not sure how far away from you the sniper will get if that does happen. Plus, getting on top of him is going to be very hard because you don't have the superior vision in this game.
Now it's going to get even harder because if you give that second life to the sniper now, well, you got to start thinking how much do we value our abilities and our ultis. When do we use them? When do we get to use them? What's the best timer for it? We can't really just blow up all of our spells on the first life of the sniper, only to have everything spent and putting ourselves in peril.
You still have a Tiny and the Mars, so getting the sniper into a bad position is still possible. It's not out of the question. The problem is now he has a concussive grenade and a hurricane pike, plus there's a 4-7 on the silencer, so there is a good chance that his teammates are going to be able to get him out of trouble, even if he gets tossed back. But if I'm the sniper, I just say I'm okay pushing any lane, just not let it be the mid lane, and then you're gonna be safe whatsoever. So they pushed out the top, they pushed out the mid, and now you go towards the bottom lane. XERXIA are gonna have to find a way in that transition to engage, and they're actually going for it.
We see Seimei, but it's a quick silence coming out. Just doesn't get the Requiem off. He's gonna get duped up as well. Perfect reaction there from Purple Paradox. SF to fall as well, and now they're in complete chaos.
It's over.
It's over.
This is over. Yeah. At that point, you call GG. That was actually a pretty good timing to start off the fight, because when the enemy team is on a transition between lanes or places on the map, they're not gonna have a good position. They're not gonna have they're not gonna be ready for the jump of the enemies, and that is kind of the situation that you caught him in, and you still get absolutely trashed in that fight. So after that, you just call GG. You know that it is over.
The one thing that I was curious about was what happened to the Shadow of him? He got silenced. Was that Sniper with a Mindbreaker that shot the SF as he blinked in with Arcane Blink?
Yes. I think yes.
Because that was the thing that landed a split second before the Requiem popped off. because I saw a silence marker, but I was like, what silenced him? Like,
Yeah.
the only thing I can come up with was the Mindbreaker, and that just completely foiled their gank and their attempt to keep this game alive.
Yeah, but the thing is, he wasn't right on top of the sniper, so I think sniper probably would have gotten the BKB anyways. I think the difference in gold was just way too high. That even with the beautiful positioning, beautiful jump from XERXIA, we saw how it ended up. Of course, we can say, oh, that Mindbreaker screwed it up, but overall there were so many things that were gonna keep the sniper alive. Plus, he still had the Aegis, so XERXIA, it wasn't even close.
Ken had a pretty good game on the Shadow Fiend, but outside of that, it did feel like every other perspective was lacking. They lost their off lane, they lost their safe lane. They were able to get the Slark maybe a bit back into the game, but it came at the cost that Shadow Fiend had to rotate to the losing lane to lose his life there once, and they got a couple of good kills onto Ken, but there's still that feeling that Ken could do so many things, but he just needs his side lanes to work out a bit better. So, would you say all in on the side lane draft?
I think if you're XERXIA and you're really gunning for a win, get a hero for Ken that can win the game. SF is good, but also get self-sustaining offlaner and safe laner, and get supports that are gonna rotate around him, because it seems like the rest of the pack just aren't having a good week right now. So they seem like they're incapable of carrying games. Ken on the other side looks amazing, and I think if you play more around him rather than him creating space, might actually be a path to victory.
Well, we're going to have to wait for a potential change in whatever gameplay draft execution. We have one more game for you people, but it is after a break, so stay tuned for more for the last game of the day.